While the public's attention has been fixed on domestic energy battles, a far more volatile agreement was forged behind closed doors at the White House this week, one that officials are privately calling the silent siege of Tehran. Multiple high-level sources have now confirmed to this network that during their private meeting on Wednesday, President Donald Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu shook hands on a secret full-force pact to execute a maximum pressure campaign unlike anything we have seen before. The target is not just Iran's nuclear program, but its economic lifeline, the illicit oil trade with the People's Republic of China. For years, Beijing has been the buyer of last resort for the Iranian regime, purchasing over 80% of its oil exports, a trade worth billions that has kept the Ayatollahs afloat despite crushing Western sanctions. Tonight, that lifeline is being severed. We have learned that President Trump has authorized a dual-track strategy that combines aggressive financial warfare with the looming threat of military interdiction. Under a quietly signed executive order from last week, the administration now holds the authority to slap devastating 25% tariffs on any entity, including Chinese state-owned enterprises, that facilitates the purchase of Iranian crude. But the implications go deeper than tariffs. Intelligence reports indicate that the U.S. Navy has positioned a massive flotilla in the region, not just for show, but with specific orders to prepare for sustained weeks-long operations. This is no longer just about diplomacy. This is about physically choking off the sea lanes that transport illicit oil from the Persian Gulf to the ports of Shanghai. The message to Beijing is unmistakable. Choose between cheap Iranian oil and access to the American consumer market. You cannot have both. This oil war comes at a precarious moment. Just as U.S. envoys Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner prepare to meet Iranian officials in Geneva for a tense round of negotiations, the president is tightening the screws. Prime Minister Netanyahu reportedly told the president that a diplomatic deal with Tehran is impossible and that the regime will never honor its word. In response, Trump reportedly said, "Let's give it a shot," while simultaneously loading the gun. The strategy is high-stakes poker on a planetary scale. By targeting China's energy supply, the president is betting that Beijing is too economically fragile to retaliate and that Iran, starved of its primary revenue source, will be forced to capitulate or face total collapse. However, critics warn that backing a desperate regime into a corner could trigger the very war the administration claims it wants to avoid. As the sun sets over Washington, the pieces are moving, the carriers are in place, the tariffs are ready, and the silent siege has begun.